Number 10, Hitmonlee. He looks like a chicken nugget. He's pretty cool. I like him. I got my mustard outfit on. I got a nice glass of chocolate milk. I did a recording of this video previously. Like I've done my other two top 10s. But those two top 10s were two Nerdy Boy White rants. And they went on too long. So I'm going to be a little bit more brief. If you want to see some of the cool stuff about the Pokemon, I kind of have some pictures around of neat things. I don't know. Good sprites, signature moves, stats, whatever. Hitmonlee was a Pokeball in Smash 64. I think that's pretty cool. I like his stretchy legs. He looks like a chicken nugget, but we ride with that. That's it. Number 9. Let's go. He can also execute every kick. That Pokedex entry is pretty cool. I saw the Tauros in the S rank there. That's not the Pokemon I'm talking about. Exeggutor. I think he's cool. He's got a very unique design. He's got his little coconut heads. He's got pretty solid stats for the generation at least. He kind of got power crept, especially because of his bad typing, but it's whatever. He has also appeared in Smash as a little Pokeball. But just his Alolan form, which I don't like nearly as much. The long neck's a gimmick. Lame. Oh yeah, and as I see with the Pokedex entry there, its heads fall off and become executes. That's pretty weird. Pretty interesting, though. That has some weird lore implications. Let's go on to number 8. Rhydon, Rhygoat. I'm a big fan of Rhydon. He's got kind of that cool dinosaur design that they had a lot of in Gen 1. They did a lot of dinosaur-like Pokemon. Just kind of these weird, ambiguous creatures that were dinosaur-like. And they were really cool. I really like the design of Rhydon. It later got a evolution named Rhyperior, and it's awful, and I don't like it. It's so lame looking. It looks like he's wearing like a little construction hat or something. He looks like the little freaking Mega Man enemy. I mean, just lame. And Rhydon, I like his stats because he's like a reverse Flutter Mane. He's all HP, attack, and defense, but his special attack, special defense, and speed are awful. Dies to any water move, any grass move, but he will beat the crap out of a normal type unless they have coverage. The last thing I want to mention about Rhydon, well, no, I got two more things. First of all, holding in a Violate makes him super bulky, and I find that pretty fun to use. He's unbelievably bulky. And also, Rhydon's Pokedex entry is badass. He has a horn that can crush uncut diamonds, and he can topple buildings with one blow like it's nothing. And even if a cannon hits him directly, not a single scratch. Rhydon's a baller, a physical monster. Only behind that of the likes of, like, Tyranitar. Alright, number 7, Nidoking. Well, speaking of ambiguous, animalistic, dinosaur-like designs, we got Nidoking. He looks really cool. That Pokemon card of him over here was the coolest card to pass around on the bus. And that's probably because he's awesome. And it was also a pretty decently strong card for the time. That makes me feel slightly old. The HPs are now so much higher. But his stats are kind of jack of all trades, which isn't my favorite, but with his amazing coverage, amazing ability, and his amazing ability synergy with the item called the Life Orb, he is actually a monster that loves to kill things. Now let's talk about his cool little Pokedex entry. One swing of his mighty tail can snap a telephone pole as if it were a matchstick. I like the little comparison there. The little simile. Is that a simile or a metaphor? I don't remember. Anyways, let's go on. I think it was a simile. Yes, it was. I thought about it a little more. It was a simile. Alright, Starmie. I think Starmie has a really cool alien-like design. It's got that cool little gem in the middle. It spins and rotates a lot, and I'm a big fan of spinning. I've been doing it since I was a kid. She's got... Starmie has a big association with Misty, which is a classic gym leader, because she's in the anime a bunch, and she's a little bit of a difficulty spike. I actually respect how a lot of kids struggled with the first two gyms. Especially if you picked Charmander. You just kind of get murked. But if you have any idea what you're doing, you should be fine. But yeah, it even says in this Pokedex entry, it may have even come from outer space. That's cool. Also, it got screwed over in Smash Bros. Because it was in the first Smash. It was in Smash 64. And it continues to do the same thing in every other Smash, but it got replaced by its pre-evolution Staryu. And I think Staryu is a decent pre-evolution and is pretty cool. Come on. More is just kind of better here. Better color, nice purple, and more to spin with. Starmie is cooler than Staryu. I'm sorry. Next up, I spoiled the one after Gengar. Anyways, the next one's Gengar. He has a lot to talk about. He's very fun competitively. He was the only ghost type for a while. I like how he moves around in the shadows. He's got a really cool Mega. He's in Unite. He's in Pokken. This guy's popular. He got a giant Gigantamax. His Mega is unbelievably broken as it has an ability that traps your opponent. Holy cow, there's a lot to go on about Gengar. He even has cool Pokedex entries. One of the interesting ones is it talks about how he actually is a dead human. This is a true ghost type. It is a human that has become a ghost in the afterlife. And its Mega fully admits that it can just transport around through dimensions. That's pretty sick. I've always liked little shadow abilities, so him like going into the shadows and being all stealthy and sneaky and powerful. I'm a big fan of it. I think he has one of my favorite Gigantamaxes, and he does have my favorite Mega. I think Mega Gengar is badass and is one of the few Megas that truly improves upon the original. Number 4 is Zapdos. I just made a video where all about Zapdos, really. Well, I didn't just make that video. I just finally edited and released it. That video had actually been recorded like a year ago. Oh my gosh, I spoiled the next one again. Whatever. If you saw, you saw. We'll be going to it soon anyways. Zapdos is really cool. He has maintained his status as a great Pokemon, even among all the more powerful new Pokemon, even to this day. He is well-balanced. He's strong. He has a really cool zigzaggy electric design. It fits with the typical depiction of a lightning bolt without being too generic. I thought he has always been a very good, powerful legendary. And one of my favorite things about him is that you can actually get him really early. But he's a secret. He's a well-done secret where you get a powerful reward for finding the Zapdos. But it's not way too overpowered, like the kind of stuff they do in Gen 6 where they give you a free Mega Latios and give you a free Mega Lucario, and the legendary at the end of the game is super easy to catch and can carry you as well. No, you had to find a secret and then get just a solid Pokemon, not even super overpowered. Zapdos didn't guarantee you the win, although it does help, and its ability Static is also really overpowered. I love it. Anyways. Third is Alakazam. I love Alakazam. He's the original Psychic Sweeper. He was very good in his original generation. And although a lot of people think of him as a competitive powerhouse, he's alright, but he's actually been kind of out of the loop for most generations. Until he got his Mega, at least. Now, as you may notice, I have a lot of Pokedex entries with Alakazam, and that's just because I find the lore of him so interesting. Because there's so much, just like Gengar, actually. There's actually a lot of characters I think Alakazam would pack up if you did, like, dumb little versus debates with them. Because he has telekinesis, teleportation, mind-reading, future-seeing, extreme unbelievable intelligence, knowledge of everything that's ever happened in the world. I mean, he's going to make an amazing game plan and use the little techniques he has to destroy you. If they let Alakazam go completely unhinged, everybody would be doomed. Now, some of the other things I put here, I put I put a Pop Alakazam figure. I don't like Pop figures that much, but I do have this one. Don't have many of them, but I do got that one. And this really cool shiny Alakazam card. I have this card, and it's my most treasured card. I love that card. I think it looks really cool, and I found out years later that it was a lot more valuable than I even thought it was as a kid. I just thought it looked special and picked it out. And if you want to have some real fun, just look up Alakazam and look at his Pokedex entries. I mean, 5,000 IQ, his Mega can see the future. His Mega can literally look at someone. A glance at someone gives it knowledge of the course of the entire person's life from birth to death. So it's basically omniscient in all practicality. Anyways, next, Dragonite. I love Dragonite. Not only do I like the concept of pseudo-legendaries, you catch a weak little Pokemon, but if you invest a lot of levels into it and a lot of experience, you get a Pokemon as powerful as a legendary, actually more powerful than some of the weaker end legendaries, but less powerful than like a cover art legendary. So he's weaker than like a Ho-Oh or a Mewtwo, but he's stronger than like a Zapdos or a Suicune. Dragonite is amazing. He's actually still extremely relevant to this day, especially because he has a great move pool, a solid enough typing, great stats, an unbelievably amazing ability. I'm actually surprised that I didn't put the ability anywhere around here. And I just think he's got a pretty cool design. He kind of mixes being cute and cool. He can manage both. He can circle the globe in just 16 hours. I'm surprised those little-ass wings could fly him that well. That's pretty neat. And I don't know, I just like his design, and orange is my favorite color. Cry about it. Next up. Here are some honorable mentions. I put their original Gen 1 sprites. I don't know, I just kind of like each of the Pokemon I put. And Tentacruel, I like his little arms crossed sprite. It's pretty cool. I'm going to take a sip of chocolate milk before we get to this number one. Highly anticipated. Oh, yeah. All right. Number one is the big lax fatty himself, Snorlax. I love him. He's got that crazy high HP. He's got good attack. He's also got a great move pool. I didn't put it here. He's got a signature Z move. He's well known for blocking your path in the main game. So everybody has to deal with Snorlax. You have to run into Snorlax in your playthrough, and they give you an amazing Pokemon. Like, he was straight up considered like 3rd or 4th best in Gen 1. And then the very next generation, he was considered the very best Pokemon, even above the legendaries. I mean, he is just phenomenal, and they kind of force you to interact with him. Whether you could kill him, but honestly, you're gonna wanna catch him because he's really good. He's fun to use. Because he's a mixture of like tanky and strong. I've always liked that archetype the most. I can definitely sacrifice some speed to both take hits easily and then dish him out. And Snorlax is a pretty fun example of that. He has kind of fallen off in recent generations, but you're a normal type. What you gonna do? I mean, if you don't have the niche Blissey has, which he doesn't, he just does it worse than Blissey, you kind of just get gapped by all the crazy powerful Pokemon. Anyways, one interesting thing, last thing I'll mention, just because it's cool, he eats 900 pounds of food a day. Now, this guy only weighs 1,000 pounds. He's eating almost his entire body weight, and that is a crazy amount of food. You know, for a lazy Pokemon, he probably has to move quite a bit to eat that much. I mean, he would put Joey Chestnut to shame. To shame. Anyways, yeah, those were my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Bye.